Hey, everybody, welcome back to the Energy Healing Lifestyle Journal Self-Care Challenge Day 11, talking about forgiveness and transformation in the heart chakra, which, in my opinion, forgiveness is kind of a key to transformation in many ways, right? It's a way for us to clear out some old icky stuff, release a lot of baggage that we've been carrying around, and just allow ourselves to shift upward, right? Meaning higher vibration, that closer to the source of unconditional love in that vibration. So if you haven't yet, grab your journal, got mine ready, and let's go. Come journal with me. So a lot of things actually came into this one. I thought it was pretty big. Hopefully I don't forget anything. So as we do every single day, check in with yourself to increase your self-awareness, right? We want to be aware, assess, and align. Be aware of ourself, what's going on within, assess our energy. If we're not in alignment with the source of unconditional love, what is one step we can do to get into alignment, right? And in addition to that, part of the way that we can protect ourselves and set boundaries and determine what energy is ours and release what isn't, right? Empathic healers is is pray. I think of pray, it's an acronym, just that reminder. Protect your energy. Part of how we protect our energy is identifying what's ours, right? It might sound silly, but you guys know. Sometimes it's not so easy to tell, right? So checking within, getting grounded in our body so that we can tell what energy is ours and release what doesn't belong to us. And again, if you've been following along, I've said this before, anything that no longer serves your highest good doesn't belong to you anymore. So we need to release that too. And the appreciating the now, comes with that grounding into our body right now, paying attention to our now moments, that present moment, building the vibration of gratitude. And as we build that vibration of gratitude, we get so full of that energy. There's not so many open spaces to take on others, right? We don't have to take on other people's energy. Yes, we'll feel it. We don't have to take it on. So one of the things that popped in my head while I was journaling on this was, and I'm not a sports person, so just let me clarify that real quick. But football and the aspect of energy, people can throw, in a sense, project, right? We all project out our energies. People can project or throw that ball of energy at me, at us, at you, but we don't have to catch it, hold it tight, and run with it, right? Right? Isn't that a silly visual? But for real, we don't have to hold on to it and just accept that it's ours and take it over. Then I had the image of playing hot potato. Have you played hot potato before? Where it's like just bouncing it, right? And I thought, oh, I don't want to just bounce. I mean, that's better than holding on to it, running with it, but I don't necessarily want to play hot potato with it either. If it's not mine, let's go to kickball. Kick it back, right? Send it back to its original source. My humor. And it is what it is. So, anyways, back to the forgiveness. What's come up each time that I journal on forgiveness is Ho'oponopono. So it's a Hawaiian prayer. It's short but powerful, right? So if you're familiar with, let me not butcher names. I can see his face and I lost his name. Joe Vitale and Dr. Hulen. I can't say his first name. I think it's Dr. Hulen. Have really been teaching and talking and teaching about Ho'oponopono for cleaning. They call it cleaning, keep cleaning, keep cleaning. And there's twofold to this. One, again, there's a whole training on how Ho'oponopono, and I'm sure like Native Hawaiians can share even more um, on how it works and what you do, and maybe there's more to it. But how you continuously clean that energy. When you're cleaning the energy, kind of the same concept of if you build enough gratitude in your body, then you don't have so much space for the negative. If you're repeating phrases in your mind, I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. That's the Ho'oponopono prayer, right? At least the short version. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. If you keep repeating that, not only is that a cleaning and clearing energy, but you're also distracting your human brain, right? Most of us, I think, most of the time, let me say it that way, most of the time, if we are thinking something, like intentionally thinking something, then other thoughts can't come through. So if I distract my human egonist brain with this prayer, that's clearing my energy, right? It's clearing my energy, opening myself up and allowing myself to receive love, allowing myself to receive and give or be open for forgiveness to occur, right? Because they really teach it to be an accountability thing just for yourself to really keep clearing yourself. Part of the collective, right? Take care of self first. But if I continue to do that, then again, the old mind chatter doesn't come in. I can't super focus on everyone else. Yes, we feel it, but we don't have to catch the football and run with it kind of thing, right? So again, allowing forgiveness is one thing to being open to allow forgiveness to occur if you cannot yourself be the forgiver. It's something that Matt Kahn taught, and it really stuck with me. I thought, how powerful is that? Because I can get myself to be open to allow forgiveness to occur for a lot of things. I still will admit not everything, but for a lot of things, even when I can't be the forgiver, when it's not me doing the forgiving kind of thing, right? Because human ego, some things are pretty awful and horrid, and it just makes you wonder how you can forgive or allow forgiveness to occur. But again, when you try to align, and I say try because there are some things for me that are challenging in those moments to try to align with the source of unconditional love, then that is above and beyond my human. So who is my human, my ego, to get in the way of something bigger, right? Something bigger and better. How do we heal truly as a full collective if we never allow forgiveness to occur, right? There's that. I just heard that pretty loud and clear myself too, not gonna lie. What else? Checking my journal, guys. Give me a moment. Let me know if you're journaling with me. Let me know if you're going through these processes each day, and let me know how it's going for you. Is forgiveness a challenge for you as well? And when do you find it to be a challenge? When it comes to forgiving others or when it comes to forgiving self? So again, I like to really work on self-awareness, right? So in looking within, and I carried it through each of the chakras again, I talk about beliefs in the root chakra, right? So forgive yourself for the beliefs you adapted that aren't yours. So we talk about programs and conditioning, right? Especially as kiddos, we're taught by the people around us, and we're taught their beliefs, right? Whether it's direct or indirect, we are taught their beliefs, and we trust that what they know is true and accurate. So then we adapt those same beliefs, right? And then as we get older and we go through this process and we go through our awakenings and we go through our clearings and our dark night of the soul and we challenge some things in our life and we see things very differently, or we learn more different perspectives and we open ourselves up, then we start to decide that maybe we don't have the same beliefs after all. And for me, I had in my most recent awakening in 2020, 2021, I was kind of really harsh on myself, another dark night of the soul. Um, and it took some intentional effort to forgive myself, right, for some of the beliefs that I adapted. And then what I did with them, right, because then move into the sacral chakra, which is our emotions, energy, emotion. Oh, forgive yourself for intense emotions that you carry, that you project out or internalize, right? Because we do it too. Other people do it, and it's easier for us to notice what others do, right? Because our physical eyes see out and around us than what we do within. So forgiving ourselves for the times that we, one, carried things that weren't ours, because that was hard on us. We didn't have to do that to ourselves. Excuse me, two, when we weren't managing our own emotions, because maybe we didn't, or our own energy, because maybe we didn't even know what was ours yet or how to determine what's ours yet. So we're projecting all of this stuff back out. And or then again, that internalizing. So as I talked about in yesterday's video, which I uploaded today, just in transparency, internalizing those beliefs and emotions, taking it on as if it's who we are, right? Owning being that empathic healer and then what that means to us, because it may mean different things. We all have similar beliefs, but I bet we have some differences in our beliefs in how we feel about being an empathic healer as well. I had posed a question in a group and asked about challenges of being an empathic healer, and I got to see that, right, in responses. I got to see the differences in perspectives of others on being an empathic healer, which is great. I mean, we're supposed to have different perspectives. And then what else? Holding on again to energy that's not ours, because again, what does it do to us? It creates dis-ease in our body. So it could be the stress, the overwhelm, the feeling drained, depression, anxiety, burnout, suicidal thoughts. It could manifest in physical, right? Things like GERD. I've had GERD for a long time. All kinds of other things, right? Like practically any physical disease. That was just the first one that popped in my mind. Because GERD, I think of the stomach, right? And the stomach being solar plexus and how we internalize in our self-image and all the things. And being able to determine and notice and separate who we are versus who other people either want us to be or tell us who we are or need us to be. I don't want to say need, but I will need us to be so that they can have their needs met, right? What they expect, their expectations on us. And then we take that in. So unfair to ourselves, right? Forgive yourself for, which leads into forgiving yourself for pretending to be what you're not to please others or to keep the peace, right? So as again, I talked about in the video yesterday, kind of feeling like a chameleon. Pretty sure that's what they call it, that the little critter that changes colors, right, by whatever it's around. The feeling like a chameleon and shifting myself and my personality, how I acted, how I talked, how I behaved when I was around different people, right? To keep peace, to have a sense of feeling okay or safe. I say fit in, but I don't even know that was fitting in as it was just trying to feel safe. It's like a survival skill that you learn, right? Instead of just showing up as me, being okay with that, hanging out with the people that are okay with me being me, and creating distance for those who aren't. It's just thinking that'd make a really weird living situation right now. I'm just saying. Take care of my mom. We have differences of opinions, but it's okay. Let's see, what else? Again, checking my journal. Where did I leave off? Forgiving yourself for all the times you didn't meet yourself with love and compassion. And that's another big one, right? Because I don't know about you guys, but when I flub up or when I notice certain aspects of myself that I don't necessarily like very much, I'm like, oh. And if I'm not, I don't do, I'm really gotten better about it. And I really credit doing this journaling each day to keep myself mindful and aware. But I used to really beat myself up, like, you should know better. Who do you think you are? It's like I could hear basically my parents in my own voice, right? Because I learned how to scold me, basically. So then I would scold me very well, right? My own biggest critic. Yeah, I was pretty darn harsh on myself, but I'd beat myself up. So forgiving myself, allowing myself to forgive myself for those moments of when I beat myself up, for not meeting myself with love and compassion, for not owning it, because we still want to own it. We're still accountable, right? But we don't have to be so harsh. We can be gentle with ourselves as we own our stuff and as we clear our stuff and heal our stuff and go through that process to level up in a sense, right? And that could be in any way level up. It could just mean level up our energy, our vibration, that clearing as we align with the source of unconditional love. And denying ourselves, because this again, working this all the way through each of the chakras. So, checking in on the beliefs and the emotions and how we identify with ourselves, our self image, our self esteem. If we meet ourselves with love and compassion, how we speak to ourselves from the throat chakra, right? When we ignore our intuition, ignore red flags, so to speak, when we ignore even looking within and taking a look at ourselves and having that self awareness and doing what we need to do to take care of ourselves. And then when we kind of cut off or block off the crown chakra, the source of unconditional love, when we in our humanness want to take control, when we want to take over, when we think we have to, again, have to be the rescuer, the fixer, and let me take care of it, let me do it, let me do it, let me do it, or a lot of enabling with good intentions. And it wasn't our place to do that, right? We're kind of stepping on toes in other people's journeys. Again, we don't mean to do that, but tell me I'm not alone. Yeah, can you get yourself wanting to do that? Like that passion and drive is so deep, isn't it? It's so strong that we want to help other people, but really setting those boundaries. So again, if you haven't already, please sign up for my free masterclass. It is my first masterclass, so transparency. I am super excited though because I'm going to talk more about protecting self and setting those boundaries and how we can pull in the appreciation to help shield us in a sense. And it was very interesting on the word shielding because I watched an interview, and I'm sorry I don't remember the names, but the gentleman had said something about how the subconscious mind defines certain words, right? If you can see the smoke back here, I am burning. Speaking of clearing, oops, this way, clearing and healing. I do have incense in my little burner here. I just noticed in my own reflection or my own vision here that I could see this. So nothing's burning behind me that isn't safe. Let me just say it that way. But anyways, he said how our subconscious mind defines and takes certain terms. And when we say things like shielding or protecting, then our subconscious kind of says that, oh, we're in danger, right? And as an empathic healer, we can feel like that sometimes because the energy becomes so stinking intense and, oh, that just gave me willies, intense and overwhelming, right? That it can feel like we are in danger. However, we don't want to add to that energy by our minds getting in that cycle of like an oh no, right? We don't want to trigger the energy of fear and concern and worry as if we are in danger. We want to be grounded into our bodies, right? And have ways that we can move through that energy and separate that energy and energetically, I don't want to say push back, but send it back to its original source so that we are not getting drained and taking on more that is ours to take. Let me know if that makes sense. So hopefully you are doing well. Thank you for everyone who has popped on the live and all who come back for the replay. Let me know how you're doing in your journaling process. I wanted to say journaling journey. And I will see you tomorrow, if not sooner, for throat chakra healing, talking about communication and speaking your truth. More on that, huh? See how it flows? One goes with another. We're working them all the way through the 7 energies. Just going to leave it at that. So take good care of you, and I will see you soon. So much love. Bye, guys.